The morning after, the movies.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
Uncensored, spoiler-filled movie reviews and fun only available at xrock.com.
I'm gonna scissor kick you in the back of the head.
Movie time.
Hey, buddy, ever heard of a line?
Hey, have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you pissed blood?
Starts now.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
Welcome to the Morning After the Movies podcast. Nick, Big J, Randy, all here. And relish this, boys, because it'll be the only time we ever talk about a Hollywood movie based in Boise, Idaho.
Can we get out of this family fuckfest and go to a party? Woo! Hey, Judge. Hi, Mrs. Clark.
A movie that was written and directed by Maggie Carey, and she, of course, grew up here in Boise, Idaho. Stars Aubrey Plaza from the show Parks and Rec, and of course, she was on Safety Not Guaranteed, a movie that was part of your DVD Dumbass Fun, Big J, and a movie that you have not seen. You have not seen The To-Do List. Explain yourself.
Yeah, well, excuse me, I was in Hollywood. Suck it. I was unable to. I was actually in LA traffic while you were going to the movies.
Class of 93 fucktards!
Let's get the general impressions of the movie. Randy, what did you think about The To-Do List?
Personally, I'm a big American Pie kind of fan, like raunchy comedy stuff that just, I don't know why. It takes me back to like high school and like a time of innocence, if you will. The first American Pie came out when I was a freshman in high school. The reunion one came out when I was during my reunion, like right before it. So like that, I don't know, any movie like that is involved like in the 90s and high school, and I like it. So I liked the movie a lot.
Freshman year is like one big sexual pop quiz. You need to do your homework.
Homework? Yeah. There's penises everywhere.
There's penises everywhere? That's awesome.
The movie's not about Boise. It just happens to be in Boise. It's about Aubrey Plaza going to college and trying to get her groove on with as many things as she possibly can so that she's got sexual experience. But Randy's right. I mean, it's a movie that's supposed to be raunchy. And it does a pretty good job of doing that stuff. I don't think there's like, there's a fart joke and there's that kind of stuff in it. So
was it a queef joke?
No, not a queef joke. Okay. It was a legitimate fart joke. And they go really hard on making sure that they gross it up a little bit. But I don't ever get to the point where I think like they're trying too hard. You know what I mean? I don't think they were forcing the shot at all in the movie, which also helped. Bill Hader's hilarious.
So wet in here.
Oh, he's genius.
That guy could do pretty much anything, and I would like it. So
is he the Bill Hader, the dry, deadpan kind of?
I think that's all he does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the stoner guy in charge of the pool. So he's like an authority figure that shouldn't be an authority figure.
And see, that's another thing that Boise people would notice is that it's the Bora High pool. And it's kind of a, it's I guess, I don't know, a monument, but a land, what is it when you call it? Here's one of those situations where I can't think of the word.
Landmark?
Landmark. Yes!
You're welcome.
So that's something that's well known in this area.
Yeah, so, and again, I've never seen the Bora Pool. So does it look like the Bora Pool, Randy?
No. Well, the thing is the Bora Pool's it's right next to Bora High School. And this pool in the movie was like a standalone. It's like Fairmont Pool. Like it's just a standalone thing. So...
But the thing about it is what we know is that, Maggie, the director, and who's kind of the story's about, that's where she hung out.
Yep.
So some of these ideas she probably kind of had, thinking about the Bora High pool.
So we know, but like I was saying, like the people at the theater, I don't think probably knew the whole backstory about Bill Hader's wife. She grew up here. She went to Bora. I don't think they all know that that's what this is all about.
They would have done a better, if at the screening, it would have been a better job if they set that up and said, hey, by the way, here's why we're doing this. Writer-director's from here. She wrote about Boise, and this is it. Because I bet you half that place didn't even make the Bora Pool collaboration with the screen because it doesn't look like that. It's like a community pool. But we know from talking to her that she's talking about the Bora Pool.
New suit?
What, this whole thing?
I want to put your top back on.
Oh my God!
I have bigger boobs than you.
What, Janet? Your kid's never seen tits before?
I will also say this about the To-Do List. It also struck me as a chick flick.
You guys suck. Dicks.
It's definitely a chick flick, but not one where, you would be like, oh, I don't want to see. It's not like The Notebook. Right. You know what I mean? It's got some angles to it that would make a guy happy to go check it out.
See, not to sound, girly or anything. I liked that because most of these raunchy comedies are about dudes.
Right. It was something different.
It's a group of dudes, so I like seeing it about girls.
Or like Fast Times at Ridgemont High style.
Well, yeah, a little bit more of that kind of style. Yeah, I mean,
Kind
it's
of thoughtful about the journey that a teenager has to take.
Yeah, it's more about dealing with like the female side of pressure when it comes to sex as opposed to the male side of pressure, and they get it on both sides. What we really find out is it ain't all that different.
Valedictorian Randy Clark.
Get off the stage, virgin!
You're getting crap from your dude friends if you're a virgin. You're getting crap from your lady friends if you're a lady virgin.
Don't I know it?
So, yeah.
Is this shorts or a skirt?
Neither, they're skirts.
We had a chance to talk to Maggie Carey on the morning after, and we were talking to her about the Boise connection and how hard it was to relate the fact that things actually went down here in Idaho.
But I do have to say, I had to joke with, my production designer and costume designer were both grew up in California, and we were talking about 1993. I had to make sure they understood that this was Boise, Idaho in 1993, which is more like 1988 in terms of fashion and music and things that we got at the time, because it was before the internet, so it took a while. And I remember, I think we had the Boise Town Square Mall then, but I remember in like junior high we would have to drive to Salt Lake City. It was like the place where the nearest mall where we would go school clothes shopping and stuff.
This is everything I need to do before I leave for college. Hand job, blow job, rim job. Shocker. One who shocks. Maybe it's some kind of surprise.
Let's give a full review scale. Randy, how many sticks of butter are you giving the to-do list?
I think I'm going to go 4.
Bye.
4?
Yeah.
4 out of 5.
You're not that excited. You said you liked it, but...
I know. We always get confused at this part.
You get confused.
Yeah, it'd be like 3.5 to 4. I mean, definitely not 5, but I like these kind of movies, man. I like them. They make me laugh. They take you back to, a time of innocence where makes you feel kind of good, I guess.
Yeah, and to put it all in perspective, I'm going to give it 3.5 sticks of butter. It's definitely approved, in my opinion. It's a good time. I don't know. Is it a date movie? I don't know if I'd be very comfortable taking like a lady to it.
Not a first date, because I did that with This Is the End. And that was okay. That was okay. That was all right.
Yeah.
But
Try taking your teenager
luckily
to that movie.
she was cool and she liked that kind of humor. But halfway through, I'm sitting there and thinking, man, this is embarrassing.
Lots of semen jokes for a first date.
Yeah, but not the first date on this one. I'd say maybe if you're kind of comfortable around the person and you've known them for a while, that they'll be cool with
I mean, you could take your wife to it. It wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I don't know if it's a date atmosphere kind of a
What's
movie.
it rated again?
It's rated R. It's rated R. Yeah, and it should
Take
be.
your kids.
Yeah, take your teenagers. Big J would.
This is what it's like.
This is what it's like. Yeah, doesn't that ever get awkward? Taking like a teenager to that kind of movie and being around when there's a finger bang joke going on?
Unbelievable. I think the first time that we took the oldest to a movie like that was The Watch with Jonah Hill and Vince Vaughn. A lot of, again, semen jokes, and, walked out, and we looked and we were like, oh, man, this is awkward. And so I talked to her about it. I'm like, listen, when we went to This at the End, I'm like, here's the rule. When we go to these movies, we don't talk about it, okay?
No eye contact.
You sit over there, I'll sit here, because I know what it's like. I was a kid, and so let's not talk about it.
So the big semen scene, did you look over and
No.
what is she doing?
No, but I'm not going to pretend like she's 15. You find out about those things. So.
Is it better to talk about it or worse? I mean, you may be doing more damage than you think.
Well, no, it's an agreement to not talk about it because it's awkward. Not that there's not been discussions about what it means.
Well, I don't think it means anything, and this is the end, but I get what you're saying.
Do I have to explain, listen, guys aren't sitting around dumping cum everywhere. Okay? Nobody else on earth is like Danny McBride.
Well, that chick is crazy.
Yes!
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hey!
I like it.
There's a lot of things in this movie you wouldn't want to talk about with your kid. I assure you about that.
Oh, sure, I'm sure. Stuff I don't want to know that is involved, that she's a teenager.
Right. And that's the other, God, I don't know if I had a teenage daughter, I'd be like, man, you should see this movie.
You can't escape that in life. There's no way to do it. It's just a matter of life.
Yeah, I suppose. You're on your own, kids. Go see it if you want to. But overall, morning after approved, man. Big J, you going to actually go spend your hard-earned money and go check this out?
Yeah, I'm going to go see it, and the wife wanted to see it. We actually saw a preview of it, and This Is the End, and so she's like, this looks really funny, so we're going to see it.
Cool. And thank you to Maggie Carey for being on the show. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking out the podcast. Go check out the previous ones. It's right here on this page on xrock.com, and we'll be back with another podcast for morning after the movies here soon on the X.
Hey, is Brandy here?
You got a dick under that poncho?
I ended up fucking your sister instead. Your dad walked in.
Dad!
Hey, I'm Willie. I'm Brandy's boss at the pool. She's a great girl, by the way. So is this one. You've raised two amazing daughters.
And my boner did not go away.
This has been The Morning After the Movies, brought to you by 2C Video Productions.
Teabagging. Must be British.